Hello and welcome back to the next episode. In the last one, we have reached Hesperia as our first target, where we fight the aliens head on, and this was, I wouldn't say a disaster, but it was less successful than I would have liked to. The good thing is that we were able to take out the alien base here, and we are going to start mining it ourselves eventually when we have dislodged the fleet and the station here, for which we wait for the next fleet to arrive here. So we are sending reinforcements here, and then we are going to try to fight it. And that's probably going to be the highlight of this episode as well. And then meanwhile, we have to prepare for a big fight around Mars. On Earth, we are going to see the fall of China in this episode, which we are going to take over now anytime soon. And also, I think we are going to see the expansion of the Caliphate here into Iran, maybe. Let's see. And then I have to also make decisions how to continue from there on with the Caliphate. I'm actually contemplating if I maybe just want to fold it as a whole into the African Union. For this, I would need to release the Arab Union again here in Cairo. Then federate all of this, and then merge it back into the African Union, producing a lot of hostile claims because everything here would be hostile. But the funny part is we don't have cohesion anyway. So we had -3 rest value, so it can't get worse than that anyway. And yeah, that's a big question that I want to consider now. The benefit of this would be that we can get 1, 2, 3 more resource regions in, which would help with the economy, of course. But we would also get 1.844 billion, 1.8 trillion GDP and 767 billion GDP, which is not a lot. But we would have one fewer, whatever. There's less countries to worry about at the end. So this would move stuff into the African Union instead, which is a potential thing. Of course, the Pakistani bits here will all be moved into India, of course, over time. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be the war declaration in this episode as well, that we absorb Sindh into India to slowly feed it all these provinces and not get the massive hit of cohesion, and also not the massive hit in rest value here from all these hostile claims that we move over. What I also could consider, just to further it up, so we can take over Greenland here to get the last claim of the EU, which we didn't get earlier. We could also consider releasing England again to then absorb, for example, Canada into it, and even, if we want to, the Republic of the Southern Cross. But these are all ideas for, let's call it late game here, because right now I'm not 100% sold that it's worth all the hassle of taking it over and then federating it, then to unify it into England and then unify it into Europe. Canada, I mean, we can conquer, although Quebec and Cascadia wouldn't, Montreal and Vancouver would not be part of this. Interesting. So Vancouver and Montreal, this one. So this means that we also need to peacefully unify these two. No, wait a second, there is a claim. I was blind apparently. So we can annex Canada as a whole here, no problem. The only problem would be the Republic of the Southern Cross, because it partially has claims that are not part of England here. But yeah, of course all of these are in India by now, so these are not a problem, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of stuff that we can still do. But now let's just progress forward and wait for the next big fights in the belt against the aliens. And here we go, we just got the revolution finally in China. We got 5 of the 6 control points, the last one open, which means that only we can take it. Perfect. we got another nation under our thumb, which is also going to add another 500 science here. When we remove the unrest, of course, it will be even better. And the best thing is we lost three inequality from this. Of course, we also lost all government score, but so that could have also gone up. So we got really unlucky here with the government score, because we could have also get plus 2.5 instead. We got minus 2.2, but I'm not going to complain because we got minus 3 inequality here. And we don't really care about the government here due to the fact that we don't want to go hard into science anymore. We do have enough science to win this campaign, and so this is now mostly about, for example, mission control here. And what I also care about is our environment sustainability score here, because it's terrible. So what we are going to do now is probably set up something like this here. And the government, we don't need to. A bit of unity, of course. The rest value is now 8.7, so we are extremely stable afterwards. And this is all really good. And the unrest value is still 4.3 for now, but I assume it will get better as well over time, because we can go into all these kind of directions that are needed to stabilize this nation. But yeah, awesome. The thing is, this one is the biggest polluter of the planet now, and if we can get rid of it, I mean, like, if we can fix it, then we can also stop all temperature increases in the future. Because if we go after control points, we do now own most of the large nations, except for the US here, or the remnant of the US, New Africa, where we don't care about, and we don't want to intervene here at all. Japan we can take over later if we want to go into the Greater Pan-Asia thing, and South America we don't care about either. So, but these are all small nations already. And if we check it here, we can see here 200 million tons, 450 million tons, 260 million tons, 350 million tons, 300 million tons, 1.2 billion. That's a lot, of course. But overall, the biggest polluter here with 7.13 billion tons is China. And for example, the EU is by now fixed, so this is good. They are still polluting with almost 770 million, and India and Africa are pulling with almost 3 billion here pulling in, but they will get fixed over time as well. So that's now, with all that we need is under control, and we can do what we want. For example, we could now move Kunming over to India. It's one of the last claims here that we do not have. We can also consider now finally invading this one again. We just need to get rid of some alliances here, but we do have more navies now. We want to avoid any nukes here, of course, but yeah. So we have to make sure that there are no nations left that have nukes, and by the looks of it, the only one left here is actually Iran. So I guess it's invasion time soon. And for the easiest solution for this would be to push this project here that gets done soon. We could delay. Yeah, let's delay the global text for a faster House of Islam, because then we can annex it and it's gone for the future, and then we don't have to bother about it. Because if we just revolutionize it now, that wouldn't solve the problem long term. Yeah, I think that's a good solution if we do it like this. Because it's, what is it, like 1 month? 2 months of waiting time here. So no problem at all. Okay, here we are in January, and I pulled a small trick on the aliens here on Hesperia. So what I did is we built up that station, which, where is it? Sojourner Truth here. It has a few layered defense arrays, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. And we do have our Hesperia fleet here, and I moved this one to the low orbit here and just waited. And it only took a few days until the aliens took the bait here. Of course, we have the reinforcements included now. And what happened here is now that 2 fleets of the alien that were stationed at Steel Shield Station here are now going after our Sojourner Truce Station. So this one is a Titan and 2 cruisers. This one is a battle cruiser frigate and a monitor. And I think that's a really good thing that they are weakening themselves here. So left is a few small ships, cruiser, 2 cruisers, and 2 Titans. And what we're going to do now is we are going to jump the gun on the Steel Shield station, because if need be, we can just rebuild our station here in the low orbit, and we just wait out how this one plays out here, if it survives or not. I don't think it will survive, but who knows. So let's see what's first. Are we first or are the aliens first? Ah, we are first. Great. So it's not a lot, in my opinion, but it's still... we could still lose a ship here, because we didn't fight stations yet. So this is a thing, of course. So let's go to 400. We don't want to accelerate too much into the torpedoes again. I think high wall, a great wall is a good formation here. So now we do see here the alien defense fleet. The station is relatively far behind, so that's good. That's actually in our favor here. And now let's see. The Titans are in the center and there's a lot of stuff surrounding it. This means that we are going to focus with these each here on these ones. And then I'm going to just separate out some stuff here, like you two. What are you? Autumn Frost. And then you 3 will focus down this cruiser here. These are all busy. Then you 2 go here. Then you 3 target down the red meteor. And then you 2 target down this one. Actually, maybe we just distribute this around a bit, because we have to see who is going to go where. So let's go. Let's hope that the torpedo stuff is not too big. Or the launch of torpedoes here. But the other thing that we reached now is that we have ECM against alien. So we finally got the technology that we needed here. Which means that they might get... blocked here. So this hopefully also spreads out the torpedo launches a bit over time, which makes them a lot easier to defend again. Of course, these 2 are massive powerhouses of mech cannons here. The cruisers, however, are mostly torpedoes, so this is an issue. And... oh good, the Titans are not flanking. That's really good. But as we can see here, it's still a lot of torpedoes. Actually, it's really a lot of torpedoes here. Let's hope we can defend against this. This doesn't look great, no. Yeah, not just go through. Terrible. Do we have... yeah, these are quits. 1,800 hull damage. Ouch. So we're going to lose something here. Ouch. Oh, come on, please. Are they... it's over, almost. Please don't lose a ship here. No! Ah, this one is basically dead now. And repairing this one will be a pain. Okay, let's look here again. So where are we now? So we do see not too much as of yet. We should go into targeting though. So now the siege coilers are starting to shoot. I think on their main targets now. Yeah, this Titan is probably burning out here. Probably at least. Some mech shots coming in, but these are all the ships that have left formation. But that's not an issue. And these, I hope that these mech shots are already for the Titans here. Is that properly aligned? Doesn't look like. No. These are not yet for the Titans. These were still for these ships here. Defense is for the moment holding. Oh, look at... They're trying to shoot it down here. Okay, but now their mech shots, their siege coilers also start to shoot. Yeah, this is now the main offense here against these ships. We just have to wait until they arrive. So, let's see how well that works out. Our autocannons are holding for the moment. Okay. Now the siege coilers are getting close. There are still some torpedoes here, as we can see. A few stragglers, so there was something actually blocked. That's good. How many shots they have to waste on these siege coilers? That's so insane. And now they are going to hit the first ships. Yep, first hit. Please get these torpedoes. And the Titans are getting damage here. Okay, first ship down. I think we didn't lose a ship yet. Okay. Yeah, the main fleet is dead. Just a matter of seconds until enough siege coilers have arrived here. Good, 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 good. Oh, this one is also... Oh, these two are... Oh, all of them dead. Nice. Oh, there's one ship behind here. Dark Corona, what's that? Peters again, whatever. First Titan is also down. This one is running away, which I find interesting. So I think we are good to accelerate now, because they are not really shooting back anymore. Okay, good. There's a mothership under construction here. So, next step are the battle stations here. We do have 3, 6, 7 of them. We should have 24 ships, so that's totally fine. So what we do here now is... let's... Actually, let's just distribute targets here. So we do have 24 ships, 7 targets, so 3 per. So, let's say 3, then 3 here, 3 here, 3. Oh, wait a second, I can't calculate it. 7 per. 7. No, that's correct. I was dumb. So here, wait a second, you have, which one have you? Okay, so I didn't properly target these. Okay, these 3 should go here. Okay, then we need 1 more here, and then the last 3 here, whatever it is now. So it should be roughly correct. We can accelerate a bit. Now our ships can realign themselves again. And how far are we away? Oh, far away. Okay, so we can accelerate a lot. I mean, the destroyer will be on range first, but if this one doesn't go flanking, then it doesn't matter. The alien battle stations have 1 mech battery. I think we are outranging it though. A bit, at least. We only have 950 range. Yeah. I think they have 900, maybe 1,000. I'm not 100% sure. Again, some torpedoes here. Let's raid them out. So many mech shots here. Just for these few torpedoes here. Let's see. Yeah, they're super fast. That's why they're our weakness here. When we have the Phaser Titans on the map, this will get a lot easier. Okay, so next step, the destroyer, and we are getting closer to the battle stations as well. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, so the mech shots go for the destroyer now. Siege coilers, rather. Total overkill. But the stations should start with their point defense here as well. Alright, yeah. Go through. Perfect. Would be so nice if we could reach... If we would hit something by chance here as well, but we don't. That would be funny. So, yeah, apparently we are in range earlier than they are. So this is good. But the question is, when do they start with the mech shots, and can we defend against it? Because I'm not 100% sure. But looks like we are totally fine here. Yeah, now they... Ooh. They are fast. Ah, their mech shots are really fast, but it's not a threat in my eyes here. Because they are going down like flies here. Yeah, most of the autocannons are targeting down these mech shots here. We're down to 3 battle stations already. It's closer than I like, but still fine. Down to 2. These 2 are left here. Punching holes into their station and getting rid of that mothership here. There we go. And now this station also goes down. Very many mech shots here. Okay, that's it. All battle stations down. This means that also the first station is gone. Really good. There we go. Good. We only took damage. We didn't lose the ship, so that's really good. And we also didn't lose any officer, but we got a lot of promotions here. Ah, yeah. So let's see. Okay, let's see. I want to watch this. I think that the problem will be the mech cannons from the Titan here. The torpedoes I don't think will get through here, because we do have them... one is isolated. Yeah, that maybe was a mistake here, but doesn't matter. I mean, our layered defense arrays have phaser batteries, a railgun battery, and a point defense phaser turret. I'm not sure why we don't have coil guns here on these layered defense arrays, but who knows. Maybe there should be a plasma instead. We didn't research plasma yet, but that's something I'm going to investigate soon as well. Yeah, the torpedoes come in now. Now, can we defend against this? Let's see. It went through that isolated layered defense array. Interesting. Okay, so this is not a problem so far. Yeah, but I think the range of these layered defense array phaser batteries is just too slim here to do anything. Probably I should research Battlestation for this purpose here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we don't need to talk about it. The mech shots are just going through this. Waste of resources to get the layered defense arrays here. But good, we can now just destroy the head. And they also destroy our stations, of course, they do. I'm going to do this afterwards. Okay, 0.25 exotics only for destroying a mothership under construction. But yeah, we are going to... I mean, this ship is probably damaged to, yeah, 0.011 milli-G. That's not great, so we have to make a station here. And then get a space dock going and repair. Ideally. And then also a supply depot. Good, but that's our first battle station that we have taken down from the aliens. Now we are going to repair and then we are going to fly to the next target. I'm not sure which one we want to visit next, but Themis would be a thing. So that's here. But we also know that Ceres itself is relatively close by. And Ceres itself has, let's see, a manageable amount of fleet. So we could consider going to Ceres instead. If we were to, let's see, if we were to split out a damaged Titan, then Ceres would be how far away? Let's see. 11 weeks, so that's not too far. 11 weeks for Ceres. Themis here would be only 9 weeks. It's also an option. And what else do we have here? Sheila. Sheila is 16 weeks away. So that's the far further out. That's probably going to be the target of the second Titan fleet when it's done. But yeah, pretty good. So we are going to wait for the station, get everything going. And let's see here, we do have this fight next here. 16 ships. No. Wait a second. Arrival time slotting. That was my mistake here. So 17 ships. This one. Yeah, I'm going to see if this fight is really worth it showing in the episode, because I'm not 100% sure. It might be super simple or it might be super difficult. I'm not 100% sure right now. Depends on the total torpedo amount and how well our ECM works. So that's the big question here. So let's speed forward a bit. Okay, here we are in December 2044. I made the decision to jump a significant chunk of time forward due to the fact that most of the battles that we had in between were not that spectacular as I hoped they would be. And now we are looking at a situation that I want to explain because this will have implications for the next episode. Now I have moved out from Hesperia, where we have a base here now. So this one is under construction currently and will yield us a lot of metal and then also noble metals. It's not really that we need these resources currently, but it can still be useful. And we instead now move the fleet from Hesperia to Ceres, so it's now renamed in Ceres 1 fleet. And we are here around Ceres currently. And we have wiped out a fleet here, or a decent, like a mid-sized alien fleet. And we have taken up the station, but we still have to remove one last base here from the alien. I'm not sure if I maybe want to take over the Ceres mining locations. We do have... yeah, we have 31 of 36 by now. So as soon as we do have our construction facility done on the Ceres base, I think I'm going to take all 4 stations here. The thing is rather that this fleet is now waiting here and partially repairing. So I have split out these 2 ships which were heavily damaged from the fights here, repairing them, and then afterwards this fleet will be ready to go again. However, we will get intercepted in about 100 days by an alien fleet here, which is also not really a challenge. The other thing is that I made a second Titan fleet, which is now on Sheila. We also had a fight here, but I'm going to go after the Opal Guardian station here now. And this is basically then the second to last station in the belt from the aliens here. So I don't know, can we check it here? Aliens, all locations? Right, yes we can. So if we go into inner system, Ganymede here, there's a base at the station on Ganymede, which is an asteroid. Inner belt is clean. There's the last zero space here. And then there's Gila. Themis is also left here in the belt apparently. So 2 are left. Then it's already Jupiter time, which probably will be in the next episode. And one of the complications that we are now seeing is our massive lack of exotics here. So even the designs of ships that don't require a lot of exotics, like this Titan design here, where I only went into the like a little bit of hybrid armor and stuff like the inertial confinement fusion reactor 6 here, they will still already need a bit of exotics here. So this is a big problem for us. However, we are going to finish the tech tree in about a year from now. I roughly calculated the remaining technology cost that we have here, and I think it was around 380,000 or close to 400,000. Our research output currently is around 260,000 per year. Now this of course gets modified by our technology modifiers. So for example, for energy it's close to 100. So therefore we are not producing 260,000, it would instead be, yeah, rather 500,000. So of course with the stuff that is still left here, like antimatter mass production and so on, I think we will be roughly done in a year from now. Maybe a bit more. But we are getting close to the end of the tech tree, and this will then open up the material science tech, which is going to be this one here. And we are going to get exotics for our nanofactories. So what I've already done is building up a lot of nanofactories in the background, and I'm going to continue doing so. So I'm going to slowly start going through my stations here and build a few more nanofactories left and right. For example, the Aristotle base here has a handful of nanofactories. The Plato station here also has nanofactories, and so on. Therefore, I'm going to continue building that kind of stuff up. And of course, the serious spaces that we are going to make will also have a lot of nanofactories in it, because then we can get a huge chunk of exotics from researching the material science stuff. Because conquering stuff from the aliens is relatively slow, and it will be therefore relatively annoying. We do, however, have 2 Titan fleets flying around already, which are good enough to get at least to Jupiter and maybe even Saturn. But to get into the outer system, we would need one of the high-tech fusion drives, which have a decent acceleration here. And that's basically it. So, yeah. The Earth game here is also mostly geared towards fixing the sustainability here. So we are 2.33 here, we are at 2.021 here, we already went up to 0.82 here from almost 0.5 when we took over China earlier in this episode. And of course the whole American continent is a mess here. That's what we are not going to touch though. This is constantly flipping around between the other remaining factions, while the European, Asian, African supercontinent is in our hand here. And it's enough to win the campaign. We do have about 7 billion people in control. I think it's even 7.5 of 9.2 billion. So totally doable, and the expansion here is more or less done. So I'm just doing what I like in these nations now. Yeah, but so this means that we just continue, and let's take out the other alien station here on Sheila. And then maybe we can even try auto-resolve here. Let's accept this, because then we don't need to fight it. Yeah, we barely get any exotics here. Let's take the fleet. Wait for it to finish. We destroy the station. And there we go. And we make our own here. So, of course, this one has a construction module. It will get a space dock and a supply depot. Here we go. And then we can also upgrade this one to orbital core right away. And then we need to repair it eventually. The invasion of the ground base is already done, so this one has been taken out. I'm not going to replace this one though. So we are now going to just repair this fleet in about 2 months, and then we're going to fly it with the next target. I have some ships under construction, but it's not enough to build a new 20 Titan fleet. So every exotic that we can get currently is worth a lot. And yeah, the only other source we currently can get is from Sirius, where we still have 1 invasion open on a ground base, and that's it for the moment. What I still hope is that we can maybe find an alien facility here on Earth that we can assault, and then also get some exotics from there. We maybe want to investigate this alien here, or one of the servants, for example. Maybe we can get some intel on Earth facilities here, while we take out the remnants of the alien admin once again. So yeah, that's the status quo here. In the next episode, I think we're going to see a Jupiter campaign, and more laser titans, and of course also the tier 7 here of the inertial confinement fusion reactor and the protium nova torch that are currently only slowly getting invested into, because I'm pushing the global tech tree to get us closer to the exotics output from the future tech. So leave a like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode.